On behalf of our governor, my name is Aneesh Chopra, and it is my pleasure today to share with you the culmination of nearly 6 months of planning, a public-private partnership we'll be announcing shortly with leaders from Google to help democratize access to government information. Roughly 6 months ago, as many of you are aware, the Commonwealth of Virginia passed under Lem Stewart's leadership a strategic plan for information technology. In this strategic plan for information technology, the Commonwealth of Virginia was directed to find areas in which we could expand access to government information for all Virginians. Second, we were encouraged to look for collaborative public-private partnerships as a vehicle to accelerate the pace of change to help get that information into the hands of Virginians. Today's announcement represents the culmination of that 6 months of activity to do both of those endeavors. We recognized two basic problems as we approached this partnership opportunity. One, nearly 80% of those who visit government websites actually come to our websites via search engines, Google and Yahoo and others. And two, those who actually visit our state websites often get the wrong state site to visit when they're looking for information pertinent to them. So we looked at these two problems and said, how do we tackle this in a cost-effective way? We reached out to organizations that care about these issues, and we found Google an eager and active partner equally interested in the same problems. And thus, we embarked upon today's public-private partnership. You'll hear more about that from our governor in a moment. But while I will introduce the governor, I'd like to acknowledge the two representatives from Google who are with us today, Shailesh, who is the Director of Local and State Search Activities and the soon-to-be named President or Director of Google India. Shailesh, if you'll join me on the stage. And second, Adam Kovacevic, who's with us from Google's media program. In addition, I wanted to acknowledge up front, Lem Stewart is here, our state CIO, and our public-private partnership partner, Virginia Interactive, with Lynn Dubar, who's helped manage and maintain our websites. With these two introductions, I'd like at this point to introduce to you the real man of the hour, our governor, Governor Tim Kaine, who's made this a priority. When I first came in, said, Aneesh, do what you can to drive access to government information. I said, yes, sir. So without much further ado, please welcome Governor Tim Kaine.
Well, thank you all. What a great day it is, and this is a very positive announcement. Aneesh pretty much has already made the announcement, and I don't mind being upstaged by Aneesh because he is a very energetic person who's doing such a good job for the administration. But again, just to kind of restate this issue, we know more and more people want to get access to government services electronically through the internet, and that's great. New modes of delivering services, new modes of being available and accessible to individuals 24 hours a day, not just 9 to 5, in their own homes rather than in governmental offices. These are things that we need to do to be on the cutting edge of technology. But what we have found, as Aneesh said, is we had a couple of challenges. First, as governor, I know how to get on the Department of Health's website, and I know what resources they will tend to have information available for me. But most citizens who are looking to interact with state government, they don't know the names of the different departments. They wouldn't necessarily know which department has jurisdiction over the issue that they're interested in. They're much more likely to type in some kind of a search query into either a Google or a Yahoo or a search engine and use that as the way to access state government. In the past, the search engines that use crawlers have not matched up precisely with the information in the way that we display it within the own agency databases. And so search engines might find the information sought by an individual, or they might not. Second, once individuals are within the state database, they might be looking at the Board of Health Professions when it's really the Department of Health that has the particular records that they need. And so if a citizen does happen to get to the website of a particular agency and is looking for information, and it's not the right agency, there has not been a robust capacity for the search engines, the searching tools that we've had up to this point, to help these citizens find related inquiries so they can truly find the answer to their question rather than just what happens to exist in the particular siloed agency website that they found. And that has been the challenge that we've attempted to solve. Google stepped forward, and I'd like to thank Shailesh, who has been a longtime friend of the Secretary of Technology, and I suspect that that relationship was part of the reason why Google was willing to step forward and do this very innovative project with Virginia. As we're announcing this project today, Virginia is one of 4 states that's going to be a pioneer for Google in doing this and making state records searchable using commercial search engines. The other states are Utah, Arizona, and California. And we're very, very glad to be at the front of the line in terms of making this available. What we have available now is I guess kind of the brand name for this is Sitemaps. It's of the 95 state websites, 27 have now been able to embrace this technology and working with Google create a much more searchable set of data for our citizens who seek to interact with state government. And so again, whether somebody is coming in from the outside without any knowledge of the department that they're looking for, or whether somebody has particular knowledge but then wants to find related inquiries, the Google partnership with Virginia will enable them to do that, and not just for those using Google search engines. That's an exciting thing about this. We're talking about democratization of information, making information more available. The partnership that we have struck with Google on these 27 websites, which will expand, also provides information that can be searchable for those using other search engines as well. And so, Shailesh, I really want to thank you, and I'm going to actually ask you to come up and say a few things, and then I want to come back and maybe call out some commands and have some folks demonstrate a little bit about how this works. But Shailesh, please come up. We really are very excited, obviously, about Google as a spectacular and innovative company. We in Virginia like to be about innovation, and we like to partner with innovators, and Google is second to none in innovation, and your commitment to this process is something that we're extremely appreciative of, and we're very, very glad to do this today. Shailesh Rao.
Well, first, let me just say thank you, Governor. Thank you, Secretary Chopra. Thank you also to the team from the state of Virginia. Certainly, on behalf of Google, I can say that we're very proud and privileged to have been able to work with this team from the state of Virginia to be able to create a partnership that, as you'll see, momentarily, we think makes information more available to the citizens of Virginia, makes the government, provides tools for the government to make information more easy to access, and thereby creates more transparency and strengthens the relationship between citizens and their government. Just to restate the Google mission for a moment, because from our side of this partnership, it's very much the motivating factor. Some of you may or may not be aware, the mission of the company is to organize the world's information, make it easy to access, useful for people around the world. And it turns out, when you sit back and really think about what that mission means, you realize that much of the world's information is actually produced by government. And much of that information is high integrity and very important and central to people's lives. And so, with that realization, we reached out to a set of leading-edge, progressive states to see if there was a way we could take that realization and make it come to life and create value for citizens. And we were very lucky and fortunate to find in the Governor and Secretary Chopra just such a state which is very enlightened and forward-thinking and saw the opportunity to partner with us to achieve this mission to mutual benefit. And so we're very pleased to work with the state of Virginia, Arizona, Utah, and California. And we really look forward to continued projects and more work along these same lines with the same team and collection of states. Let me just mention a little bit more about what we've actually done and the technologies underlying it. First, what we worked with the team here at Virginia to do was to take the vast amount of information already available on several websites sponsored by the state, as Governor Kaine mentioned, and think about ways to make that information more readily accessible to users who come to google.com. And we used a tool, as the Governor mentioned, called Sitemaps. Sitemaps is a tool that is free, an open standard adopted and sponsored by not just Google, but other leading technology companies. And we worked very hard with the team at Virginia to implement sitemaps for each of these sites so that that information is easier to find and represented in the Google Index. Sitemaps is really nothing more than the creation of a file that functions as a navigational scheme so Google knows where to find critical information to meet the needs of users. The second thing that we did is leverage Google search technology and integrate it with the team from Virginia into Virginia's main portal, virginia.gov. So now when you go to that portal, you'll be able to search for information about the state of Virginia, provided by the state of Virginia, exactly meeting the needs that you have, leveraging the power of Google search capability. So through those two mechanisms, we believe that we can play a small part in the governor's agenda to make information more available to the citizens of the state and create better transparency. So we're very proud to be a part of that process. And the last thing I'll just say is very much look forward to this being just the first major milestone in what hopefully will be a long, long relationship. And I look forward to coming back here and announcing the next step along this joint shared mission. Thank you very much.